Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Hustle Sold Separately podcast. I'm your host today, Brian, with the boys. Edgar on my left, Kevin down
Hello.
below.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
And as you guys know, it's been a minute. We haven't uploaded in, I want to say, about 2 to 3 weeks. And you're
Man, it's
probably
been a week.
wondering, where have we been? You're probably saying, why the hell have you guys been gone for so long? Where have you guys been? And best way I could put it, life. Life was, being a 20-something, right?
And it's the finals, man.
Yeah, it was final season. You know how it is, guys. At final season, you gotta strap up, lock it down, and just get to it. I had an OChem and a physics final. I was real stressed out. I was staying up all night till like 5 a.m. studying for that. So I just didn't have any time. We didn't have any time to record.
Bro.
Kevin was busy with his real estate, and Edgar also had finals, man. So we all got caught up and stuff like that.
Hey
How it
man.
is, man.
I was up there grinding out my finals too. I had a final for my real estate classes,
That's right.
of course, but also for my one of my history classes for political science. Bro, that final, it was scaring me. It had me quick second, but grinding out that study guide, made sure I got everything down, and yeah, man, finished it up. Finished strong this semester. So that's all we can ask for.
That's all.
The thing is that we took 2 weeks. Like at the beginning of the first week, I was like thinking, hey, we should record one so we could upload it on a Friday and we could take a week off from the podcast because we have finals.
Yeah, but
those 2 weeks, I was like, you know what? Let's just take these 2 weeks off because we have to study on the first week and the second week is finals.
Well, also another thing that made it hard was I'm the one that edits the podcast, and I actually had finals both weeks. So
Right.
I actually had a final that Thursday and that Friday, as well as this Thursday and Friday, last Thursday and Friday. So both Thursday and my Friday were both busy, so I didn't have time I would have never had enough time to edit and upload the podcast anyway. So that's another reason why we ended up taking up 2 weeks off pretty much. But yeah, we're back. So boys, other than finals, the fucking stress of that, how have you guys been doing? What have you guys been doing these 2 weeks?
Man, tell me about it. I've been out here writing offers left and right with clients, getting my butt kicked out here. It's scary, man. Crazy market, but hey, we're chucking along. Other than that, I mean, for you guys that follow me on my real estate account, stay tuned. I'm gonna upload the finished work of one of the roofs that we finished up this past weekend. So y'all gonna see it out there, pretty fresh. Pretty
work
fresh.
on them roofs, trust.
Other than that, yeah. Hey, just putting in work, man. That's about it, though.
What's up? What about you, Edgar? What on, man?
The past 2 weeks, first week was studying because that's why we didn't have really time to record anything. We're all just busting our asses off. So the first week was just pure studying, but at the same time I had to work and study at night. But also, gaming is life. So I had to play video games as well every day, every night.
Hey, every now and then.
Yeah, and then study at night, later at night. And the second week was finals week, which I had to stay at home 3 out of the 7 days. No, 3 out of the 6, because on the 7th day of Sunday, it's a day off of work because of religion reasons. During those 3 days out of the 6, man, those fucking finals were fucking me up, but I got through it. Good thing the first week out of the 2 weeks that we took off, I was studying, because without that, honestly, I would have probably failed the fucking exam terribly.
Bro, my physics exam, it was like going up against prime Mike Tyson, and you're some fucking like 80-pound guy who's never touched a boxing glove, bro. That shit, it was like, Jesus, like I got something out of Dark Souls, dude. I woke up at 7 a.m. I had been studying till 5 in the morning because of how stressed I was about it. Dude, 3 hours of just straight up, I'm telling you, quantum mechanics. I never thought in my life I would have to study that shit. Oh no, dude, that thing was so crazy.
I feel like
that, straight into OChem, I had to memorize my group chat and I from our OChem class. We counted over 75 different reactions I had to go through and memorize all the mechanisms, the reactions, the reactants. Right. So I went through all of that as well. Me and my friends were just pounding that out night in, night out, hosting Zoom sessions, trying to fucking memorize that shit, stressing. Took care of that. Did really good. Almost got an A in the class, so I'm pretty happy with that. Love my professor, but yeah. Otherwise, final went pretty well. Thank God, because man, I was fucking stressed.
Didn't you say that you were happy that you passed the final?
Yes, I was. I was very happy. Thank God I didn't need to do extremely well on the final, but I did pretty decent on it. I said that about physics. Physics, I was so happy I passed the final. I said, oh, I skated
I
by.
feel like quantum and all that shit that you're studying on. I feel like
It's not helpful.
even though you're majoring in medical profession,
It's not helpful.
shit like that. It's like you don't really necessarily need it.
Nope.
I don't feel like you don't need it at all.
Nope.
And still you still have to study that shit. You know what I mean? You still have to take that class.
That's a topic my friends and I always talk about. We always think it's so stupid how in college for the first like 2 to 3 years, you literally have to take most of your classes you take end up being something not related to your major, something you don't care about. Like, you know, physics at its core, there are some components of it that are necessary for medicine or life sciences. Because in general, you have to understand how, like, you know, gravity affects the body, stuff like that. But when I started learning about how light acts as both a wave and a photon, you're not gonna use that in your everyday life. I'm not gonna use that unless I'm like a physicist or something. So it just, you know, kind of sucks that you have to do stuff like that. At the end of the day, though, it's just a class you gotta get through. So yeah.
Man, talk about that. But moving on from that, hey, yesterday was the first day of what? Reopening supposedly? Is that what they said yesterday?
California?
I don't know about California, but those you guys will see. So yesterday I went to the Dodger game, right?
Yeah,
It's the first Dodger game I was at full capacity. Well, let me tell you, I can probably count on my hand the amount of people that had a mask on. I felt so awkward with the mask. I was like, oh no, man, it don't feel normal. I had to keep that mask on.
You ain't vaccinated. You better keep that John on.
Hey, I'm telling you, but everybody was no mask on, bro. It was crazy.
Bro, we fully vaxxed out here, baby. That's another thing that happens when we have a record. We fully vaxxed. The 2-week period has passed. Man, what's wild too is apparently ever since the second dose was supposed to be worse. For me, I actually had less symptoms the second time than the first one. The first one really fucked me up a bit. I had like a bit of a fever and stuff, but second one, smooth sailing, honestly. And now I'm happy knowing that. I mean, I'm still gonna wear a mask. I don't care what anybody says. If I go into public with like hundreds of people, I'm wearing a mask. But if I want to chill with the boys, you know, like a group of like 10 people, I don't have to stress anymore about having to wear a mask anymore, which is really nice.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. My dad actually, he just got the vax. I think it was like this past weekend.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he was experiencing the same thing. I think that you guys say. I guess he said after he got that vax, he felt so tired, fell asleep for a cool minute.
Okay, that was the thing that the second vaccine made me do. The first day I got it, I felt fine, dude. The next day I woke up, I felt tired the entire day. I'd gotten 8 hours of sleep, and no matter how much sleep you get, you feel exhausted, completely just wiped. Yeah. I was just sleeping on and off the whole day, and no matter how much I slept, dude, you just feel it. Like your eyes are always just wanting to close.
I mean, I don't know about that because, you know, I haven't got my vaccines at all. It's not just because I'm an anti-vaxxer. No, I'm just fucking lazy, bro. I don't have time.
I feel you. For me, it was just easy because I had asked my doctor before. I said, "Hey, you're just giving me the vaccine, bro. Put me on the recommendation list." He said, "Say less." So he put me on there. So I said,
"He said, say less."
Like that.
Bro, I don't have time to get my ass up and go like, all right, can you put me on the recommendation list?
No, all you gotta do, Edgar, is just go into any website and just go, or you can just.
I'm too fucking lazy. That's the thing. I'm too lazy, bro.
Bro.
Until they pay me, I'm like, all right, I gotta go.
Hey, where's my name in the raffle? Where's my chance at the million?
For all you guys watching this, hey, y'all watching this 20 years from now, we come in there off of these vaccines. Y'all know why. Came up. But
speaking of vaccines, this may or may not have been some of the last bits of online schooling we might have. There might be a chance people go back to school in the fall.
Bro, I want to go back. That's the thing.
That was a big controversy. Also, like I believe the UC system says they're now mandating vaccines. I believe, or there's something about, you know, they kind of tweet it from voluntary to kind of like please get it. But yeah, honestly, if they allow in-person classes of some kind, or just being able to go onto campus and seeing people again is gonna be so great, dude. Because
it'll be socially awkward, and just to like not wear your mask and see other people not wearing masks, because for the whole entire year and a half, people have been wearing masks and you're used to it, you're adjusted to it. Because for me, even though at LA Fitness, they just sent me a message yesterday. They said you don't really have to wear a mask unless you're unvaccinated. And I'm like, oh shit, but I'm not vaccinated, so I have to wear a mask. But regardless if I'm vaccinated, I'm still wearing a mask because I don't feel comfortable without it.
Yeah, stuff like that. I see what your point is, right? Yeah.
Because I'm not comfortable with that because I adjusted to wearing a mask. So
I feel like now masks will always have a place in society. Now we'll kind of adopt the Japanese approach to it, where even in Japan, even before pandemic, if somebody gets sick, they got the mask on right away because they're like, I don't want to spread it to other people, and
that's true.
But also, you don't have to wear it if you're completely healthy. So I feel like that's actually a good thing that we might integrate into a society where people, if they don't feel comfortable, they can still wear the mask and it won't hurt anybody. But for the people who are vaccinated and feel fine, you're back to normal pretty much. You don't have your mask anymore. Now, COVID isn't going to disappear out randomly. It's not going to go away. But hopefully through vaccination and through people being as careful as time goes on, it'll just be another version of the flu, hopefully. And, we can keep on keeping on, go back to a more normalized life, man.
I think I was seeing, I think I saw something, I think I read it. They said, I guess there's a variant going around, no?
Okay. Are you referring to the new naming system they added or no?
I don't know. I'm just referring to. I read it. I think on a what article they was talking about how there's like a new variant that's spreading, or whatnot.
Okay, so if I recall correctly, the most common strains in the U.S. is no longer the original strain from Wuhan. Actually, the most common strain, particularly in California, is B.1117, which is the UK version of the virus that came over here. That's the most common in California. But yes, if you're referring to the kinds of the virus, the most dangerous strains would be the UK virus because it's more infectious, as well as the Indian variant of the virus. The one found in India, it's a very dangerous strain that they're keeping an eye on. And they also they said that they were like doing a renaming of the naming system now, where they were tracking it based on which variants were the most cause for concern. They have them ranked based on severity of how risky they are to spread, and they're naming them like alpha, beta, or whatever to keep track of the most important ones. Like the most scary one is alpha, and so forth, so on, so forth, like that.
Yeah, I was like, oof. But
I think India, the country India, suffered the most from the coronavirus because they had to bury like thousands of people.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because over there in India, the government is not really complying very well. They're not really making people comply with masking, and also it's another thing where it's pretty much they're not getting any vaccines because they're not.
It's overpopulated over there.
Yeah, it's really overpopulated, and it's really hard to get enough vaccines for everybody over there.
That's crazy.
That country. Wow.
What do you guys think about that? Because that's when I was think I was rewatching a movie. I think it's called like Divergent. I was actually just seeing it.
That book is fire.
Okay, yeah. So I think I read the books, but I was just actually watching the movies, right? Okay. And I was like, what if this is just actually one day becomes a real thing?
Like the factions?
Yeah, factions pretty much. But like what I was thinking in my head is, I guess more. I guess relating to how in China they have like the whole population issue or whatnot, all that type of stuff.
Well, they actually lifted the rule they had against limiting children because of how much.
So I'm just thinking about like, what if one day that happens over here? Like that's some crazy stuff. But the whole faction system though, for like those who haven't seen the movie, I find it pretty cool. I like that.
That book is a really good series. I love that series. That's a really good series, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
have you seen the movie? The factions: Amity, Dauntless, Erudite, and then Abnegation.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a Dauntless, bro. For sure.
Hey, me too. So
jumping on trains,
Wait, Brian, did you mention about China lifting their policy of like children?
Yes, I did mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did they lift that though?
They announced it a bit ago, but they said they were kind of like loosening it up a bit because they realized they lost a lot of people as a result of COVID. So they actually had
bro, they didn't put any statistic how much people they lost, and it's fucking bullshit. They just made a random number up and they say, oh, we just lost this much people. I feel like they lost a lot of fucking people because that's where it all started. And you know how China is like overpopulated as well, where so much population, they mandate and they put a policy that you could have one children per family. I think
I feel like in the initial waves of the virus, they probably lost a lot of people. They probably lost a couple.
They did, and they said that they're kind of like taking it easy on the policy. They could have like 2 or 3 children, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, man! If you ask me, dude, like I would never have ever thought this would be like the game Plague on the phone, playing in real life, bro. I never thought it was actually gonna happen, but.
Well, it's like we're having these movies coming out like a decade earlier, and they're like about pandemic,
Like bro, like Contagion or whatever. I Am Legend.
All this shit would have happened.
Bro, it be speaking the truth, man.
If
I'm
this shit
telling you.
happened, bro, imagine all the like other scenarios. It could happen.
I don't care what they say. When I have kids, bro, I'm telling them, hey, I survived the pandemic. What do y'all know about that? We built different out here.
Like, y'all ain't gonna know what it feels like. I had to be
You know what it's
stuck at
like
home.
to be. Y'all know like you can't go outside without a mask. You can't even. You stressing every time you go outside.
Nah, dude. I think the part that hit me the hardest part, or made me realize, like, damn, this is actually happening was. I think I'm always gonna remember that when the whole pandemic was going on first, and watching the news when they had like a helicopter flying over Universal Studios and all those.
Oh, they're empty.
Nothing. And I'm just like, that's some real I Am Legend shit right there.
Yeah, bro. I remember when I stepped on the campus before I left it, and I saw nobody. I said, "Fuck."
Yeah,
I knew it was so real. Like, dude,
bro. Before they
always has hundreds of people.
Before they even closed down anything, dude. I went to IHOP, dude. They started like putting up chairs. There was like only like 4 tables in IHOP, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna remember, like, when they first started reopening back up or doing all that. I remember going to restaurants to go eat, and they would give us the food in plastic plates.
Yeah.
Or to go boxes, and we'll give plastic forks and all that. Eat that there, and I'm just like, what? And like now, I recently went to it, and they gave me the legit forks. They're still giving me the plastic forks, but the plates are actually like the legit plates and everything. The drinks, they're still either giving like the bottle ones that come in bottles, or the other ones in like the styrofoam cups. So I'm just like, man, it's crazy, man.
Wait, hey Kevin, have you traveled this year or last year?
Travel like how far?
Like by plane, just to anywhere.
Nah, the last time I traveled by plane was probably like 2-3 years ago.
You know, last year, since I went to Guatemala last year, it's December.
Yeah, I remember.
Bro, it was quite a scary situation because it's like you got to get tested in order to fly.
Yeah.
But also you got to be more cautious when you have a seat in the plane because it's like very closed in, and you're going to be in that area for like 4 to 6 hours, or depending on the flight, and you're breathing the same oxygen and shit, and you never know who's infected. Because the thing is that for me, when I got onto that plane, I wore double mask. Like I wore some tight ass mask. I wore the light mask first, and then a tight ass mask. And then I put I had gloves on, and I had my sanitizer right next to me in case of these situations.
You gotta stay strapped, bro.
And then when it comes to eating, you just pull it down, and then you take a bite and you put it back up. It's fucking uncomfortable. It was terrible. I couldn't sleep.
Hey, how are the restrooms? And would you not go to the restroom?
Bro, I didn't want to go to the restroom. No matter how bad I wanted to go, I didn't want to go there.
Bro, for real.
I didn't want to, bro. I haven't seen anybody got up for the restroom, bro. I haven't seen anybody got up for the restroom, dude. I was just busy watching the Big Bang Theory or not. Fuck.
Okay,
Young Sheldon?
For Sheldon, yep.
It was fuck. Honestly, it's been so long I haven't watched that show.
Big
Bang Theory, right? It was the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory, the show where it has Sheldon and.
Yeah, it's Big Bang Theory. It's Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Young Sheldon.
I was busy watching that because I haven't watched that show for like 2 years now.
I know you like that show. I haven't watched it.
I really like that show, but I haven't.
It's funny.
The clips that I have seen, I really do like it. I need to give it.
No, you gotta watch it, man. It's actually hilarious.
Sheldon's fucking funny.
I have a lot of shows I have to watch. I still have never finished Breaking Bad. I have to watch that shit.
Oh, come on, man!
Dude,
I have never watched that
show.
I have not watched that show.
Watch that show. Rewatch
Breaking Bad. I haven't finished it, but dude, that show is legendary.
You're goddamn right.
I know. I know it's undisputably one of the best shows ever made, but I just don't watch it.
Okay, about the plane part. After I got off the plane when we arrived, everybody was so paranoid.
Yeah.
Everybody was just paranoid about it. It was like, all right, you go first. So I'm just gonna wait a few seconds before I even go get up. And it was that situation where everybody was paranoid and everybody took their time getting out and stuff. As soon as I got off, we got our bags, and then, I mean, I don't know where we're about to exit. A dog sniffed our bag, so I was like, all right, cool, sniff our bag. The dogs, it's normal, pretty normal procedure, and the dog just like, I don't know, he just sat right next to my bag. I'm like,
Oh,
bro, come on, bro. And then the female police officer, she was like, do you have anything in the bag? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, if you want to go take a look at my bag. I'm like, I have nothing. Like, I ain't know, I haven't brought anything illegal in here. Okay, she took out every clothes. She took out all my perfumes, my lotions, and shit like that. It was like a bunch of shit in there. It was like a huge ass bag, and she took off everything, and then she just stuck her hand and she was like reaching something in there, and then she couldn't find anything. All right, I put everything back. She didn't help me. I put everything back. Zip it again. Okay, put the bag down. And then when I was about to go, the dog sat down again. He sniffed the bag, sat down. I had to open the bag and took off everything again. And it was like pretty much the same scenario for 3 times. The third time, she was like, "No, just get out of here. Get the fuck out of here." She was like,
that dog was an op, bro. He was preying on your downfall.
I don't know what was in my bag, bro.
Maybe he liked you, bro. Maybe he just really liked you. He said, "Hey, I like this guy. I'm just gonna sit next to him."
Maybe that dog just didn't like me, bro. He's like,
yeah,
you just want to piss on my bag, maybe. But she was asking me questions. She was like, "Do you have any granitas, like seeds or anything like that?" I'm like, well, I have nothing in there. We cleaned out the bag, and I don't know what's up. Whatever. When we got the bag, that's how we got it. I don't know if somebody touched it. Somebody stick some shit in there. Who knows? Yeah. Take a look. Like I said, she took a look 3 times. The dog is a snitch 3 times. He's a snitch. He was born a snitch. After that, I was just like, all right, whatever, man. I'm just gonna get out of here. And then there's these situations when you're in the airport, you don't have to look paranoid. You don't have to look like you're in a rush or you want to get out immediately. For me, I was paranoid, but also I was rushing out. That kind of made the officers and the TSA people and all that shit look at me and look at my dad. They're like, something's up with these two, and especially the dog sniffed them 3 times. You don't have to do that in the airport, even though you're innocent. They have to do that, or they're gonna interrogate you. Yeah. And I like my dad was like, you know what? Hey, show your shit. Why you're doing this? You don't have to do anything like that. You don't have to be paranoid. Chill. Because if you keep on doing that, we're gonna get interrogated for no reason, waste of time and shit like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I chill. As soon as I got out, as a normal airport, there's always an urban area of a third world country. There's always people who are asking money when you get out of the airport. Oh Lord, my family are reckless, bro. They're just like, hey, get the fuck out of here. Get out of my face. I'm not gonna give you money, because there's like always these young girls who are asking money. They're just scammers. In general, they're just scammers. They just want money and that's it. Even though they have money themselves, they'll always be asking for money. But regardless, when I got out of the airport, half of the people were not wearing masks, and then the other half were wearing masks. And I was like, what the? Nobody's cautious in here? But regardless, when I got to the town where I supposed to be and slept, the cases there was 0. Nobody really had COVID. And then out of nowhere, somebody had COVID like a week later. And then everybody started like closing down everything, and everything went into shit.
So your plane fucking brought it on, bro.
Bro, one person into the town, bro, they closed everything down, bro. And then from there, nothing happened.
Hey, Edgar, how far do you guys live from like from the airport, or how far do you guys drive?
Like 3 hours.
Okay, so after you drive from there to 3 hours, where you guys stay at?
3 hours. The thing is that 3 hours is because it's like imagine like a third world country. It's just like pretty much like the roads are shit.
Yeah, it's like dirt roads under.
The roads are shit. The roads are on the mountains. You're pretty much riding through mountains and shit. Yeah. But the roads are really terrible. It's 2 lanes, so it's not 2 lanes. It's 1 lane from each side. So it's terrible. And whatever, if an accident happens, we have to be there for fucking hours until they cleared out. And that happened before, especially construction. The one lane shit, like both sides, it's terrible. And sometimes we even have to share the same road, share the same lane because the other lane is blocked off because of construction. It's dangerous. I wouldn't recommend speeding there, even though like during that time last year, December, I took my aunt's car and I would be traveling to another town, which was like maybe like 30 to 45 minutes away. And I would be fucking speeding, dude. I'll be reckless. I'll be putting in danger my other family's lives. But it's actually fucking dangerous because when I was on my way back home, I almost crashed. And the thing is that I tried to put the brakes. That shit was not. Oh hell no, bro! I was like, I'm about to crash to a fucking semi truck, bro. That shit was scary. I was like, I gotta chill with the speed because I was going like around like 100 kilometers per hour. Even though you're supposed to go like 60 kilometers per hour.
I was only doing 40 over what I was supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And
I had to keep it 98 plus.
Bro, but the thing is that out of nowhere, it surprised me because the cars were all going fast. They were like overturning me. They were like swerving left and right. And out of nowhere, I see a red car with his red lights on. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta stop. Good thing I stopped that time. I didn't fucking crash. I was like maybe like 10 feet away from him by crashing, somewhere around there. But it was fucking dangerous because it's terrible, bro. I have my experience there. I'm not gonna drive fast there ever again, dude.
You should have in the first place. Dude, if I were in your shoes, I would be fucking shitting bricks, bro. I've never been on a plane, so I don't go to the airport.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, no. I've never actually fun fact, I've never been on a plane, so only Ruben has when we go sit in Santa Cruz.
Oh,
I've never even
Ruben never
been inside of an airport before. We always just wait for him outside the airport at LAX when we go pick him up.
Wasn't Ruben like nervous when you first fly out?
I don't know how he felt the first time he fly, but now he's just like, oh, whatever, because it's only a 2-hour flight from LA to Santa Cruz when he'd come visit for a holiday.
Wait, I thought it would be shorter than 2 hours.
No, I think it's about 2 hours, if I recall correctly. I don't know the exact time, don't quote me.
It's a slow ass plane.
Ruben has told me a few times. He says there's a lot of delays sometimes. I remember one time he was waiting for like an hour before they flew out. He always would tell me that he'd have to like leave his dorm like 2 hours, 3 hours ahead of time because of how long it took him to get to from because where he is in Santa Cruz, they're kind of like Santa Cruz, if you guys don't know, because you haven't been up there, it's like a isolated town where it is. It's like it's not a major city at all.
Are you referring to like the campus itself or just
no, the town of Santa Cruz where you see Santa Cruz is. The town of Santa Cruz itself is like an isolated little beach town. It's not like a major big city like a lot of people think it is. It's super small. It's all straight up mostly homes and then the campus. Where the airport is and where the big city over there in that part of NorCal is San Jose, which is about half an hour away. So you have to take like a bus all the way to San Jose or like Uber to San Jose. Like it'll take like 45 minutes to an hour, and then he go to the airport and come down because my dad's like, Mijo, I ain't driving another 6 hours. I'll take you up there sometimes, but for the holidays, just get your ass down here on a plane. I don't go pick him up at LAX, but I've never been on a plane. So, dude, if I were like Edgar, bro, and a dog tried to sniff my bag, I would be absolutely I'd be in shambles.
Yeah, then you're like,
I'd be stressed. You got to know the rules, what you could take and not take.
Yeah, I know. Like you go to a certain amount of fluids and stuff, and like a carry-on bag.
Yeah, because when I went to Mexico, I took my Axe spray I have.
Oh no, bro!
Kevin,
you can't take those. You could turn those into explosives. They don't let you take that.
Yeah, you have to put them in the big bags.
You can't take aerosols, right? I think you can't take aerosol cans.
But you can take. It has to be a certain
size. It has to be like
certain size. That's the thing.
It's a tiny size you could take.
And the one I took, I took the regular standard one.
You took the full bottle. No.
They grabbed it and threw it away.
Because the full ones, bro, they could be used in explosive devices because they're aerosols.
True. So I was like, damn, I guess, but yeah, like, well, I mean, like in terms of traveling, I try my best to just like when I go, I like taking just one bag.
When you go on bro, what's it feel like when you're on a plane? What does it feel like when you're in the air? What does it feel like?
Oh, dude, it's the worst feeling in my opinion, dude. Like, it's just because me, I'm an overthinker, so I think the worst of the day.
Bro, my anxiety gives me the worst thoughts.
Hey, if you have seen Final Destination, in the part where the plane blows up out of nowhere, that gets me paranoid.
No, dude, I have really bad anxiety with stuff like that.
Y'all want to hear my first time experience on the plane? My first time experience on the plane, I almost died as well. On the way back, we're coming back from Mexico. We were landing right here in TJ, right, in Tijuana.
Yeah.
And it was super hot. So I think like in the summer when we went. Yeah, it was in the summer because we went to my dad. I think it was like in July or June. I think 11th
Why are you
grade.
going to Mexico in the summer? That sounds like a terrible idea.
Because I think we had it was like my grandparents like a wedding anniversary or whatnot.
Okay.
Point is, when we were landing here, I guess the pilot we're coming in too hot, right? So we're coming in pretty fast, and then he's like, "All right, brace yourself." And then, for me, the worst feeling is on the takeoff and on the landing.
Right.
Two worst feelings. And then the third one is when you get turbulence.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
But when you're landing, though, I guess when we were landing, the wheels touched the ground, but either he was coming in too fast, but the wheels touched the ground and we started skipping, and the plane went do-do, do-do. And then all I hear is dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Bro, I thought my life was up. I said, "Yep, that's it. Back the bags." I knew it.
Well, I mean, it's funny though, because others call it irrational fears, right? Because from a statistical standpoint, the chances of dying in a car crash are significantly higher than a plane crash.
But the point was,
right, because of a cinema and stuff, it's made you think that a plane crash is more likely in your head. So you start overthinking it.
But when that happened, I guess we had to pull up right away.
Yeah.
And when he said we were coming in too hot, and the wheels were touching the asphalt, and I guess it was too hot. And I don't know, some type of BS.
What I'm guessing he meant was he probably was like, because he had to go, from what I understand, you had to go at a certain speed, because if you're going in too fast, that's why he wasn't making solid contact with the ground. It was going too fast, the velocity.
A certain speed and angle.
I feel like he did a mistake. That probably did.
I feel like he did too.
Yeah,
but then he pulled up. As soon as he pulled up, he whipped it hard. So literally, we're like this because he did a sharp turn. So we just busted a whole U.
Yeah, because like literally, like not everything, whatever the fuck happens, not everything is perfect. It's always that one time that pilot will fuck up out of his whole career.
I will trust that one time. With my luck, I'm gonna be that one time he fucks up.
And Kevin, in his career, he fucked up.
So
hey, Kevin, you're the lucky customer.
But I'm telling you, but after that, I feel like it depends on where you're going. You get the turbulence. When I went to Texas, I got a lot of turbulence. Actually scared me.
Isn't it actually farther to go to Texas than it is to go down to Mexico because of the distance?
No, because I think the plane ride was still 2-3 hours. The same thing. If I remember correctly.
But I know that I think they said it's actually can get to. I forget. It's something like there's some kind of country that you can get to in a faster time than it takes to go from the West Coast to the East Coast in the U.S. Because
also too, because I'm thinking because you're going against the wind and with the wind, so that also does play a factor. That too,
but it's also that people often forget how big the U.S. actually is from like West Coast to coast. It's so big that it's actually faster to go to certain countries than it is to cross the entire continental U.S.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, when we went to Texas, we experienced turbulence, and that stuff would scare me because we took off at nighttime. So I was like trying to sleep, and then all I fear is just the plane start. Because when you're in a plane, and it's like if you're flying at nighttime, they'll dim the lights in the whole plane.
Of course.
So and they'll put like on sleep mode or whatever, so everybody will be snoozing. But then the plane with the turbulence, and then we'll start rocking and shit. And I'll be like, yo, hold on, now playing like I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if you ever seen episodes, but when he's like battling Dr. Eggman in the water, he's like, yo, I need my feet on the ground, man. I'm like, yes, sir. That's me.
I think the first time when you're gonna take a plane for the first time, all you're gonna feel is the plane lifting up, and that's where your blood. That's where you're gonna feel the pressure.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna feel the pressure, and then after that,
your ears start popping too, right? I hear like your ears start popping.
I chew gum. I was chew gum.
And they pop, and then don't hear music when it's lifting up. I recommend you not doing that.
I do.
Don't do that.
I put it on full blast, brother. When I'm taking off,
you're like,
the thing, when you're lifting up, you're like, I need more sound. I can't hear shit. And that's where you jam up the more, like the battery. That's where you're fucking up your ears. That's the thing.
Right. Ask JJ. Every time I take a flight, I always ask him, hey, let me borrow your Dre beats real quick.
That's why
put
you
them
can't hear shit when we're calling to
right
you,
before
Kevin.
right before we start taking off. Full blast. Close my eyes. All right, let's go. Yes, sir. So
If
I have
anything, I don't know. I've been thinking about it with in terms of playing. I want to travel more because I hear people talking. Dude, I want to go to Japan, man. That would probably be when I go my first plane.
That's pretty cool, man.
I go to Japan.
From what I'm saying from the movies and everything, but other than that, I do want to go to Japan. I think it's pretty cool.
Japan
I
is
want
sick.
to buy a JDM car there and import it back.
Yes, sir.
Buy a Skyline or something. R34.
Yes,
What's it
sir.
called? I don't know.
Yeah, RX-7, man.
They're saying they're cheap over there, but it's expensive to buy it here.
Yeah, import laws and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. No, but also the price is increasing because of movies, Paul Walker, and all this shit,
Fast and Furious. Tokyo
and the
Drift.
rarity of it too.
Speaking about that, y'all seen the trailer for the new one coming out
No,
like in 2 weeks?
I literally have only seen the movie Too Fast, Too Furious, and that's the only Fast and Furious movie I've ever seen.
Jesus, I feel like after the fourth one, that's when everything just went. I wouldn't say downhill because I do like to watch them, but everything just completely just went away from what the title said.
No, the Fast Five, after Fast Five, that's where it went to shit.
Yeah,
No, I feel even Fast Five still win. That's where it started. The whole.
I don't know. I always hear people say that after Tokyo Drift is when you can notice the decline in the movie quality, pretty much.
Not quality, but just
like the logic of
it. Steering away from the actual plot.
Yeah, because like I remember seeing a clip from I don't know what Fast and Furious movie was where it's like Dwayne, like The Rock was dealing with like a missile with his hands or some shit, or he was like on a car riding on a missile. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? I get it's a movie, but dude, come on, what is street racing have to do with like government missions and like rockets?
I don't know, man, but I feel like all these freaking movies are turning out to be like a fucking GTA 5 lobby, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that's why I literally have not been
all these vehicles that I'm seeing in fucking in these new Fast and Furious movies, they kind of look similar to the GTA 5 vehicles, like the Surgeon flying vehicles, these futuristic.
Dude, watch the trailer. If you watch the trailer for the new one, I guess I don't know.
Isn't Cardi B in it? I heard someone saying that Cardi B was in the trailer.
I don't know, but the point is, there's this scene though where I forgot who it is, but I guess the car flips over like on top of a freeway, and he ends up catching a car. Like legit, like watch that shit. It's funny. He's there, and then the car just lands into him, like, and he catches.
Dude, stuff like that is why I haven't been excited to see a movie in a long time. The last time I was excited to go to the theaters and see a movie was for The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. Fire movie, by the way. He deserved that Oscar. That movie,
is that the one when he fights the bear?
yes, it is.
I haven't seen that one. I heard
that movie is that movie's great.
Wait, didn't he win an Oscar though for that one or no?
Yes. In my opinion, he should have won more Oscars in his career, but yes, he did win an Oscar for that one finally. He finally got that monkey off his back, as they say, and got that Oscar. And he deserved it. 100% deserved it. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is a good actor, honestly.
What's the other movie he got an Oscar for? Because that's the second one, no?
No, that's his first Oscar, believe it or not.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he deserves more Oscars.
He deserves more.
He actually does.
The years that he had got his movies out were better movies, unfortunately. It's kind of controversial. In my opinion, he deserves more movies, more accolades.
Let the viewers know the top Leonardo DiCaprio movies they gotta watch. Let them know the ones that we spoke in the past.
Which one?
Shutter Island. I gotta check that one out.
Shutter Island. I actually have to rewatch that one. It's been a minute.
Didn't you say Shawshank Redemption? Is that
No. That's not a Leo DiCaprio movie. No.
Oh, never mind.
Revenant, I heard he's in Inception, right?
Inception. Okay. Oh yes, he's Inception.
In Inception, I know he's good in that. Titanic. He's pretty good in Titanic, I think.
It was. I like that one. I mean,
the Wolf of Wall Street. A lot of people say he was really good in that.
The Wolf of Wall Street is the best.
That movie is really good. Besides everything else, all that the drama people talk about, like, oh, this is white hype. Nah, that side to the point. His performance in that movie, top notch.
Well, I think honestly that he's really gotten screwed over in terms of awards. I feel like he deserves a lot more awards than he actually has.
One other movie too, Django. He did really good.
Oh, Django Unchained. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did really good.
Hella fire. I don't know if you guys heard, but I think I heard with in the scene where he slams his hand on the skull or on a table and he starts bleeding.
Oh yeah,
that was actually real.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I heard about that. And I was like, hey,
whenever I think about the fact of how old Leo DiCaprio is, it actually blows my mind because it reminds me that all the movies I love, all those actors are getting stupid old, bro. like people like Clint Eastwood, Robert De Niro, Leo DiCaprio, Morgan Freeman,
Oh,
Tom Hanks.
You know what? He should have won a. Have you guys watched the movie Blood Diamond?
I've heard of
Yes,
Blood Diamond.
sir.
Yes, I heard of Blood
Yes,
Diamond.
sir.
Blood Diamond is where Leonardo plays, dude.
Yeah, I heard he's really good.
I love that fucking movie. I
Bro,
love it.
I'm
Should have
telling you,
won an
talking
Oscar
about
now.
I actually have a funny story. Not a funny story, but it's a,
Blood Diamond is a good movie.
that movie came out
2006.
no 6. Okay, cool. So in what in 06, what would you say we were in middle school? Would you say or no?
06? No, like
Oh, 06 we were like first.
yeah, like elementary.
Yeah,
Okay.
elementary, like
Fast
first.
forward into middle school. I remember middle school. That's when the whole Coney situation was going down, right?
2012.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that was going down. And I think in 2012 was the first time I seen that movie or around that same time, and I got really scared. I was like, yo, because the Blood Diamond, they trained the kids and all that. They were using the weapons, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same situation, right? And I was actually shitting my pants. I was like, yo, this is real stuff. Like, hold on now. Like, are they about to capture my ass and do that? No, sir. But yeah.
Dude, it's crazy though. And just all these good actors are getting to the point of where they're too old to act now. You know, it's kind of a bummer because people like Tom Hanks, Morgan Freeman, Leo DiCaprio, they're all really good actors. Like all those movies, if you ever go like watch movies from the 80s and 90s, a lot of people consider it to be some of the golden age of cinema. It's just a lot of those movies are fantastic. You know, Shawshank Redemption, Inception, all kinds of those actors great.
Inception's really good, man. I actually like that movie.
Yeah,
Really good movie.
I have to
Check it out.
watch that one actually. I don't think I've watched it. I think I only caught pieces of it.
Oh, you gotta watch it all, but yeah. I mean, now it's just I feel like it's just a whole shift. Like now, when I see movies or I see advertising and everything, it says in theaters, but then it says on HBO. Okay, you can watch that movie from home. No, so
But
it's kind of like
they did it as an adjustment to the pandemic because they couldn't really do the whole cinematic releases like they did before. Which obviously, you know, it all comes down to the pandemic. But you know, thankfully, that's going to be ending soon. Pandemic's winding down. States are opening back up. Cali, I think, opened back up recently. So you know, things will slowly start reaching normalcy, and hopefully, you know, with normalcy, maybe one day we get this podcast in person, baby. Whole setup with Mike.
Y'all gonna see that? Y'all gonna see, yes, sir.
We're working towards it. So anyway, guys, that'll do for today's episode. Hopefully, you guys liked it. We're gonna try to get back into the swing of things. Get a lot more active, more frequent in our uploads. Try to get back to our weekly upload schedule on Fridays. Hopefully, roughly around 4 o'clock, if we can try to get there 4 or 5 o'clock, somewhere around that time frame.
Yes,
We really, like we want to reiterate, we apologize for being gone for those 2-3 weeks. We just need to take a time off for our academic obligations in life. But thank you guys for being so supportive. Reach out and support our podcast and saying they love what we're doing. We really appreciate all the support you guys have given us.
Hey man, all that support, real talk, man. All you viewers, all you 60 to 70 viewers that consistently watching, man, we appreciate y'all, for real, man.
It means a lot to us. You know, you guys motivate us to keep pumping out the content, to not give up when we feel like not recording.
Yeah, all you guys keep supporting, keep showing that love for sure, man. You know, we're gonna keep it pushing, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode next week.
Yeah, once again, it's been me, your host, Brian, and then the boys. We have Edgar to my left, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Separately. Signing off.
Pushing.
Let's go.
Peace.